Alright guys, so this is Medicine Man here. I just want to go ahead and make a small little video about my setup and what I use to do food delivery. I bought this entirely for Doordashing. I do use it for personal stuff as well, but the idea was for delivery. I've taken a lot of inspiration from a guy named Wilcer on YouTube. You guys can go ahead and check him out. It's Wilcer, so shout out to Wilcer. I've had a few problems along the way as well, but I've been able to somewhat manage them. Like the seat, for example, the seat busted out on me. So what I did was I put a pillow, two styrofoam. These aren't styrofoam. These are actually Tempur-Pedic type stuffing. And I put it right there. I also took like my old desk chairs cushions, and I actually use those for space in here when I have food. I have an extra bag as well, just to have in case. I have a helmet, a couple towels in there, cup holder area. This thing came with its own rack right here, and I had the shop weld on this for a little bit more support. It adds about 40 pounds worth of extra load capacity, which is nice. I eventually want to fork it out onto this side too, because I can already tell it leaning on this side. I also have an alarm, just a regular bike alarm I attached right there. Works really well. I'm going to upgrade the exhaust eventually. I'm going to upgrade actually the whole entire scooter to a big bore kit. When I do that, this thing won't have any problems going up hills. It won't have any problems going to 55. It'll go 0 to 35 like a quarter quicker than it normally would right now. I do have this light because these headlights suck, and this is a brand new scooter, and look at it, it's already got this on it. But these constantly turn on and off. I still haven't figured this out as perfect yet, because I originally had this bolted and there was a metal bar on the back here too, and I had it like go through the plastic. Literally it broke off, so this plastic is so cheap. But I managed to fix that by wedging it in there, because it wasn't so far apart, but it was just enough to where if I can wedge it in there and then put my own screw, that it's kind of became more stable than it was even before. Funny enough, it looks like shit, so I'm probably gonna have to cover that up, but I might still change that up. I don't know. Originally I had drilled a hole right here, as you can see, and I was gonna mount it, but and you can adjust these lights right there, so you can adjust them, but with this kind of coming at the angle that it is, it didn't come out right. So I took actually a door hinge. This is what actually an extra piece that I had from those curtains that go above the windows, actually is what it was. These hang, so I took that and repurposed it here. This little plastic piece already came out, so I'm gonna have to get new grips already. So a new seat, new grips, and a new big bore kit, and this thing will be all ready to go. I can carry pretty much anything on this. There's not many orders I can't do, unless if it's like just way too many. I've had 16-piece orders that I've been able to do, but I've had several that I've had to decline when I didn't have this because I couldn't fit any pizzas. But this will fit 18 by 18. It'll fit a large pizza, and I actually tuck in these sides, but it can be even more sealable. The back tire already popped once, but it wasn't like, it was just from a nail, so it wasn't anything to do with the scooter. All in all, I invested like $1,200 into the scooter. It was like $900 for the scooter and then $300 for shipping. So, but it gets 120 miles to the gallon. Comes with 2 keys. Came with a back trunk as well, but I took that off. Let me go ahead and show you the light as well. Your light. It actually turns up brighter with your RPMs. That's something I want to fix. When I'm driving, you won't really notice. Sometimes if I hold the brakes down too, it'll actually get brighter. But yeah, so that's my whole scooter setup, man. It's not too shabby. It's a good way to make a lot of money on this DoorDash, because you don't have to have insurance or registration here in New Mexico at the very least. In most states, you don't have to have anything. I see people get stickers that say, oh, no 50cc, whatever. And also, if you upgrade it to an 80cc, to a big bore kit, it keeps all the same original parts, the displacement. It changes the displacement, but not technically, so that it doesn't technically go above the 49cc rules and regulations that they have, but it does because the displacement is changed. But since you're keeping the factory engine, it still technically qualifies as a 50cc engine, which is kind of funny. Now, if you start changing the engine entirely, and you go above that, then you're gonna have to go ahead and get insurance and registration. But the beauty about this is that you don't have to have any of that. Minimal maintenance. The maintenance you do have is very cheap. When I replaced that tire, it was a $40 tire, but the maintenance to do it was a little bit more expensive. So yeah, man, just do what works for you guys. You know what I'm saying? This is a good idea. DoorDash is becoming a real thing, and here in Albuquerque, it's not as big as I'd like it to be yet, but it's getting there. It's gonna get real busy here in the next year, so DoorDashing is just a good side hustle for sure. All right, man. Well, that's it for Mason, man. I'm out.